As the program says here, I'm Reginald H with the Arizona Department of Housing. I like to tell people there's two types of assistance this program provides to those residents of Arizona. One is directly. That's if you qualify for the financial assistance and it helps you to save your home. The other is indirectly, because when you don't lose your home, it helps my home maintain value. We all need to see the value of that and appreciate that in the program. I'm going to run you through a few things here. This is what I call the foreclosure prevention progression. Running from the 12 o'clock hour, the first potential step in avoiding a potential foreclosure is to cure the past due payments and resume some regular scheduled payment. This program that we have in the Arizona Department of Housing can assist with bringing a customer that's past due current and getting them back to making regular payments if they're in a position to do that. But if they're not, then we just move to the next step in the progression. And it's the restructure and resume some regular payment. And Debbie mentioned that. And the term we hear is mortgage modifications. And I've had consumers ask me, well, they want to increase my payment when I needed a modification. Now, what kind of sense does that make? Well, what they're looking at is how soon can we get you back current? But obviously, it still has to work for you economically. And we'll talk about what we think an affordable payment is, a sustainable payment, because that's what the program seeks to help consumers return to. So that restructure could also include a mortgage modification. And we have a component of the program that tries to bring about principal reduction. And we're working with some lenders. It's sparse. We've made some progress. I'll give you details on that. I'll gladly stay as long as you need me to afterwards, just so you know. I just don't want to take up too much time in sharing the information. But there's multiple things that can happen in that restructure. We have unemployment assistance, whereas if a household is unemployed or underemployed because they've lost wages, we can help to subsidize their monthly payment for up to a 2-year period of time for as much as $2,000 a month. So meaningful assistance that provides what's needed most, and that is time, in order to obtain more options to maintain home ownership. But some people can still traditional sell and actually exit the home, and in some instances that might be the best way to go. But if it's not something one can do because you have equity, then the short sale is a phrase that you're probably familiar with now. And that's basically when you take that house as the beginning slideshow that's upside down and try to sell it. And in so doing, when you owe $200 but can only get $180 or $160, you need the lender to agree to take less than you owe, hence the phrase short sale. On the short sale piece, as well as the restructure and resume regular payments and the curing, there's an aspect of our program that provides what we call second mortgage settlement. In our marketplace, we have a large number of second mortgages, and they can be obstructionists when it comes to a short sale, because the first will agree to a certain dollar amount, and then the second says, I won't go away. And the same thing is true when it comes to modifications, because they look at what they call a recidivism rate, or the redefault rate. And the more a person owes on the home above what it's worth, the more likely, statistically, it is that they will redefault into the future. And so when we can help to make those second mortgages go away by settling them, we'll pay $5,000 up to 15% of the outstanding balance. To settle the second, we improve the likelihood that a consumer can qualify for some type of a modification, even if it's not one of the ones that we offer, or that they can actually execute a short sale in the event that that's what they want to achieve. But there's two things we don't know and we don't control. I want to stress those to you. One is, what do you want to do? Debbie opened with the question, do you want to stay? Do you want to go? You have to make up your mind about that. Second is, what can you afford to do? We can assist you in understanding that, but statistically, again, it's about numbers. And so when the numbers don't add up, you can see what will and what won't work. And I understand that it's an emotional issue, and so I try to work with people on that. But the bottom line is, it's not an emotional decision for the lenders. And so you have to understand that so that you can more effectively determine how to proceed with your particular set of circumstances. Okay? But ideally, we're trying to avoid foreclosures by assisting consumers the best we can.